Yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on. Like, everything seems to be I don't. The thing is, my computer's relatively new, but, like, yeah, everything seems to be broken on it. Or, like, I don't know. It's always weird on stream, though. That's the only time. I did switch. I'm trying to think if this ever happened on Windows. I don't think it did ever happen on Windows 10. And my computer automatically. Oh, dude, I was so pissed when it happened too. Like, I didn't want to update to Windows 11, and it just automatically happened, and I think that's when my problems started. You can revert, really? I might just do that then. I don't know why, but, like, yeah, OBS acts weird. My monitor turns off from time to time. And I will say this, I do like Windows 11, like, in terms of, I do like the UI, and I like the sounds too, like, you know, when you get an error, it's not like a unpleasant sound, like, it's kind of calming. It's like, hey, you know, it's like, hey, something went wrong, but it's all good, like, don't worry about it, I got you covered. But yeah, but then there's all these. I honestly, I don't know if it's Windows 11 or if it's the desktop. Because it could also be the whole Wi-Fi cutting out. That could be the Wi-Fi card as well that I'm using, or honestly, I don't know. There are too many factors for me to figure it out. Could also be my drivers are not updated, but I thought I did that recently too, so I don't know. Here, let me turn off the but also, it's a minor issue. Boo-hoo. Internet doesn't work. You can clean up, blah, blah, blah. If you open up this cleanup, there should be an option to roll back. Okay. I'll look into it. I think what I'm gonna do though, yeah, I need to get my I need to get my own ISP pretty soon. Cause yeah, there's just too many factors for me to figure it out, and I'd rather just. Rather just do that. We're gonna end this here. Should I do something here like a little maze? I can even start the... I wonder. Yeah, we could do this. Here, let me... I've never introduced Chapter 2. I honestly haven't even done enough Chapter 2 designs in the game. Even in Chapter 2. I feel like we should. Let me see if we can figure it out, though. I forgot how... I even forgot how we do this. I think we put everything in the objects node, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. No, I think we put the fire in the traps node, and then we put the pressure plates in the objects node. All right. Pressure plate. All right. Where's our... this is the wrong pressure plate, I think. Isn't there usually an object that spawns below? Or am I, misremembering? We also have pressure plate spring. Pressure plate platform. Oh, let's see. Yeah, this is the one that we want. Also, here, let me go in here. I'm going to increase the Z index. I'm going to put this on 5. Oh, just realized something. So we automatically set the texture to this. Here, wait. I might want to hide that. So is it the base? Yeah, this one right here. We might want to get rid of. That way it can look like that. And I think what I'll do for the first pressure plate, we're going to... Where's do something like that. Forgot. Do we have to... I don't think we have to connect them. They just work. All right, so how are we going to do this? You're running through a platform, like you're running straight. There's not much you can do to avoid. Yeah, because it lasts a little too long. I think it's fine. We just have to figure out the how we're going to approach that, design. Seems like diagonal dashes seem to work pretty well. No. Nope. Wait, we were able to get through this originally, so wait, let me see something. So you can get across, it's just gonna be... It's gonna be difficult, it's gonna be difficult to figure out the time, how do I say this, matching the timing of the enemy with the design. But it does seem like you can kind of manipulate where the enemy's going to attack you. So you can, if you know it's about to set its laser, you could jump up, So let me try that again and make sure that I can actually do that. And I need to make sure that it's a little harder for me to figure that out right now because there are no sound cues. I haven't set up the sound cues yet. So that's another thing. But it seems actually pretty oh, fuck. I say that as I, die. Yeah, actually, this is pretty easy. As long as you know... Oh, no. I'm just trash. Or this, let's make that slightly lower. Boom, boom. Oh, fuck. Oh, oh. Damn. Also, look, you want to lower this some more? We have all this space, might as well. Boom, 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 boom. Shit. So yeah, you can kind of manipulate where it's gonna go. Which is what I'd like. And obviously I'm making it look maybe a little too easy, so even though I am dying a few times, I am making it look... I'm sure a lot of people will struggle. So there's that. On Linux distros is that's also true. I feel like I would need to get another like hard drive. Just so I don't have to worry about like splitting my, SSD. But that's not a bad idea. God damn. God damn. God. Oh my god. harder. It's harder than it looks, I would say. Especially since I feel like the spikes are not properly placed. But yeah, honestly, I think if you're just patient, it's fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. Dual boot. So you get the experience. I've messed with. Yeah, I wouldn't switch to. Let's see. What am I trying to say? I wouldn't switch to Linux. But I could use it while I'm streaming at least. Cause I don't really care if like my monitor turns off or something. It's mainly an issue if I'm like I stream and then the stream crash. Like it actually annoys the hell out of me if like I'm in the middle of a stream and like OBS just randomly shuts down, and then for some reason OBS doesn't restart. I have to close OBS and start it up again. Like my internet will be running, but OBS just takes a hot minute to restart. Or it just never restarts. I have to close it. So yeah. Oh, also, Dartus, thank you. Thank you for the follow. Positives is that everything you know in the system is just predictable, unlike Windows systems, yeah. I guess the only issue would be the learning curve. I definitely don't know nearly as much. About Linux. Or navigating through Linux. I'm sure all the Linux users are gonna be like, oh yeah, it's so easy. But there definitely is a learning curve. Just like Godot is easy for people who use Godot. Shit. I don't know what to do there. Like the timing is just bad. Also the sounds of the laser are also bad. It's like it sounds like the sound is breaking. Just gonna turn it off for now. You know what? I'll leave it in. Let me go back here. What is this called? Oh my god. Mm-hmm. I think I need to give the player more opportunities. I mean, it's not impossible. But I think I need to give the player more opportunities to avoid the laser. I guess we'll find out more once we have people play test it. But right now, like, it obviously is possible to beat, but that doesn't mean it's good. It took me 1 year of using it in my daily laptop to get a decent understanding of it, and now after 8 years of using it sporadically, I still don't know too much. Can't reinstall Arch without a guide holding my hand. So if you're not actively trying to do stuff with it, you'll just be a power user, just like on Windows. I see. Yeah, well, honestly, like, I'm gonna try to figure out everything with Windows first. Oh shit. It's not too bad, actually. This is actually really good right here. Something like this. Stuff like this looks really good because you can either dash up and hit this platform, or you can dash and hit this eye. But once you hit this eye, that's the next problem. Like, oh yeah, actually, wait, this is good. If you're quick enough, you can either hit this eye and then do a diagonal dash onto this platform, or you can dash up, hit this platform. Giving the player like a bunch of options is a really good idea. And then all they have to worry about is, you know, the laser shooting at them. So we'll give them some freedom. I think what we're going to be trying to do is giving the player a decent amount of freedom throughout the level. But because it's only one laser, like it's not even a big deal. But once we start like adding the projectiles, like the homing laser or whatever, it might be a little harder. So we want to give them options. This is kind of frustrating though. I have to be pretty lenient with like. Let me see. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit. Yeah, how's it going, Progrilly? Hero Shift. Welcome. Shit. Oh my god. Well, flush, yep. Oh my goodness, dude. Imagine raging at your own game. Alright, there we go. I think that's pretty good. And I think as long as you can avoid the laser dashing upwards, it's already, like, fair enough. You can even dash up first. And there you go. He gets locked. I think once I add, like, visual cues and... Or, not visual cues, sound cues, it'll be a lot more fair. Because, like, I think subconsciously you'll hear something and be like, oh, I gotta, dodge this right now. Or something like that. The visual cues, I mean, it's good enough, but it's... Or, it's good, but it's not good enough. In my opinion. Yeah, I took a lot of melatonin. And I didn't sleep well last night. But I'm hoping, like, if I power through today, my schedule will be really good tomorrow. I think. If I just power to, like, I can't take a nap today. I have to just keep working, or you know, just stay up, do stuff, stay active, I guess. But yeah, this is actually not too bad. I'm really happy. Oh shit. It's like, I hate it. It's the worst game in the world. The boss is trash. Should probably just uninstall. Oh shit. Oh no. So that can happen. You can just get punished. I wonder if I should make these one-way platforms. Like, you can jump on top of them from below. So right now you can, like, enter the slide state, and then it's just punishing. Like, you just like, it seems like it's just bad design. Cause yeah, like once I'd rather either just kill the player from there, like not let them go into the slide state from there, or oh my god, oh, I need to do something about that too. Like, the initial state should not be that punishing, in my opinion. Either we start the laser like 2 seconds later, although it's not too bad. Alright. I want to do more stuff like this, where we have laser fire everywhere. So we can duplicate this, put it over here. You hit this guy right here. We do need to give the player an opportunity to hit it in case they miss it. So like we could put an eye here. Actually, I might even put a spring, because they might miss. Like, if they were quick with their timing. They'll have more than one opportunity to hit this spring if they, I don't know, for some reason maybe they don't see it. But usually if you see fire, you should expect, especially from chapter 2, they should expect a some sort of pressure plate to press. I just need to figure out, like, I don't want it to seem repetitive. I feel like it might be better actually if I put the fire first. Let me see. Wait, this is the same thing as the one before. I don't know actually. Putting it lower makes my life easier, because then we can do like some sort of L shape. Here, let's try it out actually. Also, I think we want to push this right here or here. I'll push it here. I might put like 2 springs here, or maybe like an eye. We'll see. Or I could put, ooh, what if I put an eye here, a spring here, 2 springs, one's a pressure plate, one's a we'll have to see if this, it might be really hard to see, but We'll test it out. Mm-hmm. Are these aligned? No, they're not. Oh, I just realized something. This pressure plate is like half a tile shorter than this spring, which I guess is fine. I don't know. We also have to make sure that you can hit this spring. I think you can. There's a lot of space. So from here, what I was thinking is we can actually just need one. Whoops. We do something like that. And then grab this one, rotate this 270. Bum, bum, bum. What's this? Why does this look weird? Why are my textures looking like that? Oh. When we randomize the texture here, it like does that. Okay. I'll have to fix that. Is that always it doesn't seem like it's an issue here. For some reason when I duplicate it, it does that. Let me see something. If I save this, close it, reopen it, does it do the same thing? No. Okay. It's just a visual bug, I guess. Where the hell? What? Why is there an invisible spring right here? What? Mm. Oh, shit. That's pretty... It's punishing. Like, you have no time. You have to hit it, and if you dash again, you're kind of screwed. And then... Goddamn, okay, let me see. I think I need to get rid of the platforms. The platforms are actually kind of annoying. If you don't get them. Right, either that or I have to lower them or something, because... I mean, yeah, we could leave it as eyes. Or I need to add a second... Some extra springs. Or... Dude, come on. Okay, I only have one shot for this. Ooh. Oh my god, that is actually pretty tough. I'll try it one more time just to make sure. Actually, no, it is too tough. Even if it's like possible, it's... Yeah, it is possible, but it's not good. Even this, I feel like, would be a little too difficult. But we don't have that much space. I don't want to make it claustrophobic either. How's it going, baby shark? What's everyone's day jobs? Not sure. I feel like you might have heard me already mention that. Yeah, I do this. Personally, I do this. It's not much of a job, considering I don't get paid for it, but yeah, I do treat it like a job. Might not even need a spring here. Might just give the player a break right here. Because they can just do a wall jump and get onto this platform. Might even want to... Yeah, I can stretch this out a bit, actually. I think that's good. We'll have to see. Maybe I have to put in another spring for the player to... Or, you know what I could do is just add another spring to give the player some... Like, if they can, we can reward the speedrunner if they want to hit the platform, but they don't have to. So I could put one right here. Whoops. Did I say thanks for the hydrate and then I just didn't hydrate? Or I just said hi, baby shark. I don't know. I can sense myself being like a little stressed right now. I think this usually happens the closer I get to a deadline. You know, like a self-created deadline. I'm just like, ugh. My patience for things tends to, seems to, you know, decrease. I think I just need to power through it though. You're not a lurker either. Whoa! Didn't realize our game crashes when we die. Wait, what? What just happened? You know, it's weird. It didn't crash. I don't think it crashed. What the hell? Where's the dehydrate? How the hell am I supposed to do a dehydrate? Like, actually, I could do something where like I consume salt. That's a form of dehydration. Web dev, it's so boring. I've dabbled for years in Unity as a hobby, but I feel it's so bloated for my simple ideas. So the recent Unity news gave me motivation to try other engines, and now I'm a few days into learning Godot. Nice. How are you liking it so far? It definitely is less, I would say, less bloated of an engine. Not simpler, for sure. But also, yeah, thank you, Lloyd. Yeah, I mean, I think it's easy to treat it as a job when you don't have to worry about another job. The time investment. I mean, it's easy to invest a few hours when you don't have to invest more hours into something else. It's full-time indie. It's full-time indie game. Dream job. Where we are on a boss, yeah. That's the dream, isn't it? But yeah, it is difficult. And you'll know, so like, you know how like, yeah, I just said I'm stressed, or not stressed, yeah, I would say stressed. And I feel like I mean, you might like that, like you might like the stress, like it might be worth it. Because, you know, obviously working, for example, like a 9 to 5, you don't really have to worry about, you know, usually you don't have to worry about the success of your company. And I feel like even in this lower scale, I'm already so stressed. So I can't even imagine someone like, for example, someone like Irish John Games, who is, I mean, to be fair, like I feel like Irish John, I mean, he's doing well for himself, I would say. So it's hard for me to say. Like, I don't know how much. Like, one, there's a lot of, if you're doing indie dev, there might be a lot of like money invested into it. So like, that's another stressful factor. Or if you have a publisher, there's even less money involved. Like everything. Like, I mean, just money, more money is involved, more risk is involved. And you're in a saturated market, so like, I'm sure it's even more stressful for other people compared to me. Even though even though I'm not making money, I'm not losing money either. I mean, there is a huge time investment, but like, I know people who are not making any money. They have a huge time investment and they're losing money. You know, just living. Oh, fuck. 9 to 5 sucks ass, though. From what I've read, like, I used to, like, frequent, you know, like, entrepreneur subreddits, and it always seems like like, from other people's perspective, it always seems like the grass is, you know, it's always greener. Like, do you want to work for yourself, but also stress every day? Or do you want to work a 9 to 5 and like just find it boring? Like, which one do you prefer? To be bored or, you know, have the excitement of, something is, I don't know what to do here. I guess I could just put the spring lower. You know what? Yeah. I think that's what I'll do. I'll put two springs. It's more than boring, it's depressing in ways. It's depressing because you're not doing what you want, so to speak. Like, you know, yeah, like why is it depressing? Is it because you don't care about the job? Because then maybe the perfect balance is having that maybe a part-time program or like a part-time job and then doing what you consider your hobby. FTL, yep, FTL indeed. You know, you heard me. You guys might have heard me complaining about Starfield, and I feel like okay, wait. Oh fuck! Oh my god, I don't know what to do. We need to figure out like ways to balance, like give the player the ability to keep moving forward, but also avoid the spike. And like we can figure out how to like time everything to like perfectly together, but it's not good enough. Or like I don't want to waste time trying to figure out the timing, and I also don't like timing in games. I like for the player to just be able to react to the mechanics or, you know, something. Is it the pure hours or is it the company structure that is the problem though? I work a 9 to 5 and don't have a boss to tell me what to do and what not. You work to live, and there's very little to enjoy. You work to live, there's very little time to enjoy oneself. When you have time off, you're resting in most cases. I mean, it varies from person to person, I suppose. Yeah. I know some beasts who are working 9 to 5s and also doing, you know, full-time game dev or like, you know, full-time quote-unquote hobby game dev. Like 40 work, 40 hobby. Like, that's crazy. I feel like some weeks I barely, like, recently, I've been doing less than 40. I want to say like maybe 5 hours a week, 5 hours a day, which is what, 5 times 7, that's 35 hours. I mean, I do it consistently, so that's good, but yeah. It's difficult. There's very little to enjoy oneself when you have time off. I think I read that already. I'm pretty useless outside of about 2 to 3 hours of coding per day. It's impossible to code that long each day, every day. Yeah, I mean, are you doing that line? Wait, let me see. Were you the one who has? Oh, you said, yeah, you do web dev. Are you saying you do 2 to 3 hours of coding per day for your job, or 2 to 3 hours of coding per day for your hobby or game dev or whatever it is? Which coding is just research and refactoring? Because, yeah, I mean, I don't code too, like, I guess it really depends on what we're doing, because, like, I feel like sometimes I can code for several hours on end, but, like, definitely not, like, for multiple days in a row. I definitely will get burnt out that way. even with stuff like level design or art, it can be a burnout. I think the best solution for at least for me for avoiding burnout or initial burnout is like just having variety in my tasks. Burnout can still be a thing long term though. Like I feel like right now I'm sort of burnt out. I'm still like pushing through, but yeah, there is some burnout here and there. I think it's because I don't know. I actually don't know why I'm feeling burnt out. I just remember being way more driven in my game, and I think it'll come back. I think it's just it comes and goes in waves for sure. Yeah, how's it going, Elenos? Oh, it's this area that. Come on. All right. It is possible to beat, but like it's damn near impossible. It is possible, but it's. I'm not looking for possible. Everything in the game is possible. How much time does the are you saying us or does the US get usually? Or what are you asking? Do you have some tips? Do you have tips on staying motivated? I try game dev a bit during my free time, but a long day. I am a dev as jobs, then kids, then hang out. Then hang out a bit with my girlfriends, video games and manga. And after that, I try to game dev. But honestly, if you're doing all of that, that's a lot already. I gotta say, like, it's already hard for me to do game dev alone. So, like, USA people. So, yeah, I mean, the usual is, like, a full-time job is 40 hours a week. That's the minimum for a full-time job. But yeah, Zen guy, that already sounds like a lot, so I wouldn't even blame you if, like, you couldn't, like, even for me, I find I'm doing game dev for, ideally 8 hours a day, and even after those 8 hours, I'm already beat. Like, I don't want to do anything else. So if you're doing a full-time job and you're hanging out with your kids and, you also have a social life, it's going to be very hard to fit in game dev as well. From my experience, I don't want to sound like I don't want to discourage you from doing game dev, but I would say just don't be too hard on yourself if you're not able to do it, or you struggle with managing your time, or I don't know. Sometimes I feel like maybe you're comparing yourself to maybe other game devs who, like someone like me, who is able to invest a lot of time. All right, it's not impossible. It just requires some more, like, patience. You can't just push through without taking a few breaks in between. Morning till dinner time. Blah, 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 blah. Wait, what's the question, TQ? to sleep less. Yeah, I did that today. So, yeah, telling it, like, Yeah, like I remember there was this meme in high school or like in college where it was like, oh, you can only pick 3 things out of this triangle, and it's like good grades, social life, and sleep. So it's like, which one do you want? And I feel like the same thing applies once you're not in school anymore. It's like, all right, what do you want? Do you want to have like, do you want to make money, social life, and make money, social life, sleep? And there's just more factors as an adult. It's like, all right, make money, sleep, have a social life, maybe pursue your passions, and it's like, all right, one of these has to go. But yeah, sleeping less is going to definitely affect those things negatively. I sense it right. I feel it right now. I am trying to reset my sleep schedule, so that's why I'm like, I feel exhausted right now. And I feel a little grumpy too. And I think it's because I didn't sleep. I'd sacrifice my social life foremost. Not completely first, but gradually. Yeah, that's usually what happens to me. Like less and less, like, and it's not like it's not even done purposefully. It's sort of just like, okay, you're prioritizing your projects. You're like, okay, let me. I'll hang out with people after I finish this one thing, but then that one thing grows, and then it just gradually turns into, now you're like now you've gone MIA basically. And not even friends, like even social interactions with family happens sometimes too. Fortunately, at least for me, my family's also busy, so they're cool with it. All in all, moral of the story: life is hard, game dev is hard. But I don't know. It's easy to say it's difficult. Like things, at least for me, it's easy to remind myself like, hey, I'm not starving yet. And there's no point in worrying about, for me at least, there's no point in worrying about the future. So like that's one of the main reasons why I haven't been concerned financially about investing so much time into, like, obviously I don't have like huge savings, but like I don't mind. Like, at least for me, worst case scenario, I'm working until I'm 70. Worst case scenario, you know what I mean? Honestly, I don't even know about that. AI might be pretty good at that point. But yeah, that's how I kind of see it. It's like, worst case scenario, I'll just work for the rest of my life. That's worst case scenario, you know what I mean? Like, could be worse, Could be starving in some other poorer country, third world country. Could have, no rights at all. Could have a more corrupt government, or more how do I say this? Yeah, just things could always be worse. The fact that I have, for example, I have friends to go to, or I have family to talk to if something is not going, something wrong is happening or something, what more could I ask for? But yeah, I would say I'm pretty fortunate. I don't know if I don't think everyone's living situation is this as good as mine. Not to brag. I'll say that, like, I've just come to terms with with everything for me Shit. I understand that you guys are sick of working. How are you not rioting? How are you not rioting? Good riot. Is that something that happens often? If you're sick of working, you just riot? The thing... We're sick of working crap wages. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I feel like most people like working. It's... I think it's when you're working and maybe your work doesn't seem justified, or you don't support, what you're working for, but it's one of your only options. I think that's more of the issue for people. All right. I think let me try this one more time. Let me just make sure. Ooh. Okay, cool. I think once I add sound cues will be... Oh, no. Dude, I don't know what to do there. Do I lower... Maybe I lower the duration of the laser? Bum, 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 bum. I think that's what I will do. Mm. 11 days off vacation. Work to live or live to work. So the weird thing is people have weird definitions of saying those things, like work to live. Okay, are you working to live as in you're like... It's weird. Like, okay, work to live. I think the initial work to live is you're working because you need to put food on the table, and then you live to work as in you just love your job, for example, right? That's what most people assume, right? I always thought working to live is actually kind of nice. Because there's less... Well, usually I feel like there's a... I think it really depends on the situation. Because, like, I always thought, like, for example, if you were an artisan back then, like a professional, I don't know, pottery person... That was your job, but it was also like, I don't know. I feel like it sort of became your passion as well. It's nice when it can be both. Because if you're just working, if you're just living to work, that means you're sad. Like, that means okay. What am I trying to say here? If the initial conditions is that you don't have to work, but you are working for living to work, then I feel like you're just wasting your life, right? I guess it really depends on your philosophy on life, too. Because people might think I'm living to work, right? Because I'm like putting way more stress on myself to make something that has less possibly less rewards. I don't know. But yeah, I think it depends on what you're what you're calling live to work and what you're calling work to live. Um, yeah. Don't think I really answered the question, but yeah, anyone's allowed to have their opinion, maybe. The answer is it depends. Dude, like, okay, I think what I need to do for like sections like that where it's required is just put another I there. If you turn your hobby into a job, then forgot what next. If you turn your hobby into a job, the thing is you do lose like the whole point of like, you know, amateur is like, you know, what like the root word amour, like you're kind of ruining the fun of it. Like that, you know, you're an amateur, so like you like it obviously doesn't reach the same production value as something that would be more professional, but you know, you're in love with the product or you're in love with the thing that you're making. Oh shit. But I also I'm not sure if that's entirely true, cause like I don't know, cause I'm not really making that much money to say, oh, yeah, like I'm a professional who loves what they're doing, you know, cause like maybe I'm still in that phase of it's not actually a job because there's no real money involved. So I'll let you know. I'll get back to you. I'd like to have this conversation again in like a couple of years. See what happens. There is definitely more stress involved. Like even now, there's more stress, but I kind of like the stress of it. If that makes sense. Sometimes it's too much. Like I feel like right now I'm not enjoying the stress, but usually, like, you know, reaching a deadline for my game or like, you know, there is some dopamine involved when I get something done. And I feel like that's the same for, oh my god, I think I'm maybe it's because I'm talking. I'm not actually focusing on the mechanic, and we still don't have sound cues. I feel like that will help a lot. But here, we'll see. Oh no. In the US, it can feel less like live to work and more like live to have your soul crushed. Yeah. I mean, also, like, there's the social pressure of, like, needing to, like, what is really required to live to work? Or, sorry, like, how much stuff do you really need? Like, what do you really need to live, you know? I know you don't need, for example, you don't need the latest iPhone to live, right? So it's not like that's, I feel like that's, for a lot of people, maybe, that gets put into, hey, this is a necessity of life. And so then they have to work more for that newest item or something, for example. You don't need entertainment, but it helps make life more enjoyable. Right. But, like, okay, for example, the standard of enjoyment keeps going up, right? So, for example, now there's so many subscription services that you have. Also, I think I should go without saying, like, take whatever I say with a grain of salt. It's just my opinion. But yeah, like, what's required to live? I mean, generally it's just what food, water, shelter, right? And everything else is extra. I feel like there, at least if you're living in a first world country, most of the time that doesn't take too much. That to reach that threshold is not that difficult. But then obviously, like, most people need in today's day and age, you probably need a phone. You probably need some sort of some mode of transportation, whether that's public transportation, or your own vehicle. You'll need one of those or a few of those things. So, like, yeah, food I feel like is already not necessarily a necessity, but I feel like it's almost a social necessity at this point. If you don't want to be an outcast in society, you probably need a phone. And then it just scales up, right? So then what's next? You might, for example, I feel like iPhones are probably like the standard, right? At least in, like, I want to say it's the standard in first world countries. I don't actually know. But yeah, like, you need an iPhone, and an iPhone obviously is a decent amount more expensive than a random Android phone. Not familiar with game deving, but this looks awesome. Does the game engine do everything under the hood, or do you actually have to build everything? Familiar with game deving, but this looks awesome. Does the game engine do everything under the hood, or do you actually have to write game engine stuff like physics and collisions? No. Like, a lot of the things are already done. So, like, if you go into Godot, I mean, there are a bunch of, like, it depends on how, like, what type of engine you're using, but for at least in Godot, like, usually I'm using something called a Node2D, and then there are subclasses of, like, things that I might want to work with. So, for example, I want to put a camera in my game, put a camera in there. I want to put a sprite in my game, put a sprite. There's also this animated, like, I don't really use this, but, like, sometimes you might want to use an animated sprite node, which allows you to put a sprite sheet into it, and then it automatically plays it, and then you can manipulate, the frames per second. There's also, like, collision shapes. So yeah, like, collision shapes are already done for you. Area, hitboxes. They even have nodes specifically for, like, handling physics. So, like, there are kinematic bodies, which allow you to, like, manipulate the object's movement. Manipulate the object's movement through the physics frame. Or, like, rigid bodies, which try to mimic actual physics, stuff like that. So a lot of the back end game engine stuff that you would have to code yourself is done already. In most engines, it's like that. In most popular engines, at least, you don't have to make your own. You don't have to worry about your own collisions, physics, rendering. Stuff like that. Work to live, to me, is living paycheck to paycheck. Okay. Live to work is more like being a company man, which is... Okay, so you're saying live to work is being a company man, which is hit or miss depending on the company you work. Okay. I see. I think we have different definitions of what work to live is then. So as a company man, you're not living paycheck to paycheck. You're accumulating wealth, or maybe not accumulating wealth, but you're in a state where you can survive long term if you didn't have that job, or you can live for a while before having to before either having to work again or before you, I guess, starve. But yeah, I feel like, but with those definitions, I don't fit in either of them. So one, I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, and two, I'm not a company man. So have to go. I'll see you, Zengai. Thank you for stopping by. Peace. Matthias, thank you for the follow. All right. This area right here is kind of frustrating me. I don't know what to do. Boom, boom. You're a company man, but you own your own company. I do own my own company, but I don't. That company does not make any money, so I guess I am. Yeah. I guess if I had to put one of the I am definitely living to work right now. Actually, maybe I am overcomplicating things. I'm living to work. Which yeah, so under those definitions, I would say yes. Maybe it is better to live to work. But yeah, I again, I think it depends. I guess in the modern era, yes. Because I always imagined, like, oh, how cool would it be if I was just, a farmer, lived a simple, humble life as a farmer. It's not much, but it's honest work. And I feel like if you're doing that, you're probably working to live, right? Alright, this works so much better. Yeah, giving the player multiple options, multiple paths to take. Shit. I think we need to put an I somewhere. Another I mean. Farmers have to sell big to big. I meant like a farmer back then, but also maybe not. Maybe that is pretty stressful too. Like I'm thinking like a farmer of maybe in the 80s or 70s. Although I'm pretty sure that was also still a thing, right? I don't know. In a perfect world where logic didn't exist and like governments and companies didn't have an influence over your individual life, I would like to be a farmer. Or like, have your own like little ranch thing. I mean, it's still a thing. There are farmers who, like private farmers who just, I had a boss at some point who would buy from like a farmer, like, home, like they would, I think they were a rancher or something. So like they would have like, high quality like beef and stuff like that. To be a farmer with you. Another like idea that I had was like, oh, how cool would it be to be like a baker or something, like freaking, I don't know. It's probably more stressful than people think. Or yeah, it's probably more stressful than I think. But I like the idea of it. or at least having the ability to, or you know, maybe if you're financially set to not have to worry about, you know, paying for rent or something, and yeah, just having your own land. All you have to do is you just have to worry about, like, you know, being self-sustaining. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! There we go. It's perfect. I think the sound cues will help some more for sure. We'll figure it out. Should I start working on the sound cues then? Also, I feel like a vertical room. Yeah, a vertical room would be easier to make, I think, because if you're in a vertical room, right now we're bound to 180 pixels downwards and, like, I mean, infinitely sideways, but in a vertical room we'd be bound to 320 pixels, but infinitely upwards. And that's what we're gonna do in the next room. So yeah, I'll try to finish up this area. It's a lot. There's a lot. Can a scene only have one root node? Yeah. But I mean, you have single. Yeah. You only have one root node. But I mean, you do have singletons, which are. Yeah. I mean, if you run, like, for example, if you run your game, you do have one root node. Even if it's not your scene, there is a root node. So here, wait, I'll show you. By the way, if you click on remote, you'll see, like, here's your root node. And then everything else is, like, you can see I have, like, a bunch of singletons that I might not even, some of these can definitely be removed. But yeah, these are all the nodes in my game. But the most important one is my main scene. Some of this other stuff, like debug, texture manager, these are all singletons. Running into an issue where pausing one node pauses the pause menu as well. So what you want to do in your pause menu, so you can see I have a UI canvas right here, and I have my viewport canvas. This is where like my game is in the chapter 3. If you look at the settings of my viewport, you can't do it here, but okay. Basically what you want to do on your viewport, on your menu, if you go into, I'll go into my main scene real quick. Click on UI canvas. There's an option that says pause mode inherit or pause mode stop. You basically want to mess with one of these. So if you wanted, for example, to, maybe you would want to say process in your menu to make sure it runs all the time. But yeah, pause mode is what you want to mess with. I think by default it's set to inherit. So like for example, if your UI is a child of your main scene and you have your main scene just pausing, turning off physics when you pause, then yeah, it would also pause. But yeah, if I go into my main, somewhere in my game, oh yeah, I set my pause mode right here. So for my main scene, pause mode is set to process. Everything is set to process. But if I actually go into my viewport, or I guess if I go into my chapter, I assume something gets paused. Something somewhere. I think I put it in my script actually. I say on the ready function, pause mode somewhere. I say pause mode. We can find it. Oh, I guess not in my chapter. Pause. Get tree.paused. Where did I do it? Oh, right here. Node.pos mode. Oh, wait, what? Oh, right here. World.pos mode is equal to pos mode stop. But yeah, it might be different in 4. I assume you're using 4. Whoops. Boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, I don't need to play this again. I think I know what we need to do now. First, we're gonna do sound cues. I think sound cues are the first thing we're gonna do, and then we can finish up level design, because I think it'll give me a better understanding of what we need to do. Also, having people playtest this would not be a bad idea. It's not impossible, that's the thing. It's just, I don't know if it's good. Guess there's a bit difference in Godot 4.1 from that. Going to need to read into it. Modes are inherit, pausable, and when paused, always, and disabled. Yeah, when paused is a new thing. But it's the same thing, really. Pausable, which, yeah, pauses. When paused is setting the process to true when your game is paused. So it's like the opposite. That's usually what you'll probably want to... If your menu has a process on it, you'd probably want to use when paused. And then always obviously is, yeah, like a time. Like for example, you might want to have a timer running always. Like if you're making like a speedrunning game, you want your timer node to always run. All right. Boom, boom, boom. I low-key want to just do a vertical room now. Should I? Let's do the sounds first. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee, and then we'll get back to it. So we have some audio cues already, but they're pretty trash. I feel like we have so many sounds. Let me go through them first. Holy shit, bro. Why is it so loud? Honestly, this one's not too bad. Access denied now. Kinda like it, actually. It's a 16-bit sound. Which is fine, I think. This might be just the, so this is the attack sound. We still need another sound that's like, a warning sound, which is what we had originally for the, I think we still have it. Maybe even this one. What was that one called? Start attack and then attack sound. So on the entrance, we're gonna say start attack sound. Or sorry, yeah, start attack sound, which is this one. And then on the, when we say attack, shoot laser, on shoot laser, we're gonna say and then we have a sound for that? Yeah, we do. It's the same exact sound apparently. Access denied. Yeah. Let's see what that sounds like. Holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry about that, Cactus. Wait, I wanted to play when the white line is spawning, so not here. I mean, we can do the start attack sound. Oh shit, what? Attack warning sound, start. The attack warning sound. I want it to be lock attack here. Not too bad, actually. I think the sounds are pretty shit, to be honest, but it's not bad. The start attack sound is playing on the entrance of the laser state. I don't like that either, though. I want it to play once the head has been completely rotated. Don't hear anything. That's probably for the better, to be honest. Let me see. What? You should be able to hear it though. Give me 1 second though. I want to make sure start attack at the end of the start attack animation is when I think I want to play the sound. You don't hear it at all? Really? Honestly, it's pretty bad. Yeah, how's it going, Skull? What you been up to? I don't think I've ever seen you on Twitch, right? It's always been YouTube, which I unfortunately don't stream on anymore. I don't know. Let me get some better sounds. These are actually hurting my ears. There's so many sounds. These are like futuristic 16-bit sounds. That's why I don't think I like them. Yeah, all of these are pretty bad in my opinion. I'm hoping I don't really use any of these sounds. I might use that one, actually. I might be using that one. Trying to finish a small game until November, and yes, I haven't really used Twitch lately because I forgot my account, email, and user, so I had to make another account. What have you been up to in the last months? Just been working on this game. We're trying to, like, lately I've just been working on the skull enemy. Sorry, the wall of flesh enemy that you might have seen right here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break here. Yeah, let me know. Send the link on Discord if you're if you have any updates on the game. All right. Actually getting a call from. I have to see who these guys are. Pooping BRB. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Let's see. Who's online? We got Captain Coder. We got Styx. We got Jotson, Red Cabin Games. IRED. Let's go for IRED.
Populate. Smaller map should be quicker. And that's bad, is it? Look at this.
Sounds good, Skull.
Very bullshit.
I'll see everybody. We're gonna go for Skull Red. For anyone interested in playing the game, find it.
It's going outside
over
for some
here
reason.
on Steam. There's also a demo on that same
outside.
page.
Not supposed to do that.
Impressive boss battle. To be honest, for me, it looks kind of tough. Same time, reminds me. Yeah, it's heavily inspired by the Wall of Flesh.
Way outside of the dimensions.
But thank you.
At the end of the day, you end up here, which is not even the.
Well, yeah. Till next time, people. I'll see you around.